incident report writing last month. So today we are going to deal with this eyewitness account. So today be very, very careful. Of course, at the end of the class, I'm going to provide you a handout, but handout is not everything. A discussion, that's why jot down the notes and even ask me questions if you face any confusion or if you have any question. Now let me share the screen of my computer at this moment. Can anyone confirm whether you can see the screen of my computer?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Very good. Now, today it's a discussion class, so camera is not needed. Only attention is needed. Okay, so everyone, let's start.
Hello, my dear students. How are you? I hope you are absolutely fine, and I would like to welcome you to my another directed writing class. And today, our topic is eyewitness account writing. Okay. Now, as in every class, every directed writing class, I talk about the features of directed writing and also the features of the particular topic. So today also it's not an exception. So at first, let's start. Directed writing has two parts of assessments. It means that your directed writing will be checked 2 times by your examiner or by your language teacher. At first, your language teacher will check the task fulfillment and it's 15 marks. And then there will be language, 15 marks. So total mark is 30. And out of this 30, your target score should be minimum 27 out of 30 if you want to get an A star, which is our target for O-level examination. And then if you get minimum 24 out of 30, then it's an A. It's a standard. Definitely your target should be to get a minimum A in your school. Now let's talk about task fulfillment. Task fulfillment has 4 things. Yes. Number 1, it's called purpose. Number 2, it's called audience. Number 3, format. And then the 3 bullet points in the question. Now let's talk about purpose. Remember this purpose, I told you before that this purpose changes topic to topic. It varies from topic to topic. Here in eyewitness account writing means today, our purpose of writing should be, let's see, the purpose of an eyewitness account or statement. Remember, eyewitness account can also be called a statement. So in the question paper, if they mention that write a statement, don't be confused. Is to inform the authority. Okay, inform the authority. Who are the authority? Now we should know. Who are the authority? We should find out. So let's have a question about an unpleasant incident or accident that you witnessed. So there are quite a few factors you need to be careful about. Number 1, we need to find out who are the authority. Remember, last month we have practiced incident report writing, one of the most confusing and challenging topics, right? Over there, who was the authority? Over there, the authority was the principal. So here, who can be the authority? And also look at this one again, the same thing, an unpleasant incident or an accident happened that you witnessed. Now let's find out the audience. To whom am I writing? It is basically a confidential writing. See, like incident report writing, it's also a confidential writing, which will be read by the police, lawyer, or any other third parties. Remember, my dear students, most of the time the students, they really get confused. They really get confused between this. What is, sorry. They really get confused between this incident report and eyewitness account. What is the difference? What is the difference between these 2 types of writing? Okay, now there are some similarities between these 2 kinds of writing. You know the similarities. The similarities are here. You have witnessed something in both of the writing. You have witnessed something, and also there was an unpleasant incident or accident happened. See, these are the similarities. Now, what is the difference? The difference is the way of writing. The difference is the format. And also the difference is the audience. Incident report writing, we did it only to the principal. Remember, incident report, we only do to the principal. And eyewitness account, we do to the police, lawyer, or any other third parties, not principal. Remember that. Okay. So I hope you have understood. Now remember, you will write this account, means you will write this account as a common citizen. See, this is also another difference. Incident report, basically you write as a prefect or a member of the student council. But here, you write it as a common citizen who has witnessed this incident or accident. Remember that. So what did we find out? That there are some similarities between incident report writing and eyewitness account, but there are some differences also. There is another big difference, which I'm going to talk about it within a short moment. Remember, so there are some differences as well and similarities as well. So don't be confused. Okay, let's see. Now let's move on. Format. Your format should be correct. As I always tell you, in every directed writing class, I make sure that you are getting the right format, and also in the test, you are writing on the right format. Okay, if the format is wrong, then the purpose will not be fulfilled. Next, the 3 bullet points. You know that in directed writing question, always there are 3 bullet points. The first bullet point will be descriptive, the second bullet point will be descriptive, and the third bullet point will be reflective. And the third bullet point is the most important. Now, here, we have already discussed about the task fulfillment, which is 15 marks. Now let's talk about language, which is also 15 marks. And we should give them equal importance. Language also includes 4 things. Number 1, register, which I am really very serious about, or word choice. The words you will use should be relevant. Tone should be polite and semi-formal. My dear students, I hope already we have gotten another difference. Incident report writing, it was 100% formal writing. I told you, right? I'm sure you can remember. Look at this one. Incident report writing, it's formal, and eyewitness account, it's semi-formal. See, eyewitness account is not absolutely formal. Okay, my dear students. Now the question is why? Remember, incident report, we write to the principal and we write as a prefect. So that's why that's a totally a formal relationship. So that's why we need to reflect formality, 100% formality in our writing. But on the other hand, eyewitness account, we are writing as a common citizen, right? Eyewitness account, we are writing as a common citizen, and we are writing to the police, to the lawyer, or any other third party. So here, 100% formality is not required. You can be a little bit informal, little bit semi-formal. Clear, guys? Okay. Now let's see the grammar. There should be no grammatical mistakes. Remember that there should be no grammatical mistakes. Basically, what happens, my dear students, from class 5 to class 8, the students, they actually learn grammar in their classes. But in O-levels, grammars are not directly used, indirectly used. Remember that we don't have any grammatical explanation, we don't have any grammatical exercises, but only we have writing where grammatical mistakes should not be there. So I think some of you are having any trouble, maybe that grammatical problem, maybe you don't know the application of grammar. So hopefully I'm going to take a grammar class very soon. So wait for it. Okay, sentence construction. I have already told you that in your writing, always there should be 60% complex sentences, 30% simple sentences, and compound sentences should be 10%, because the British examiners, they think that complex sentences are the best quality of sentences you can write. Remember, all the professional writers, they always use more and more complex sentences in their writing. And then there should be 30% simple sentences. You know, simple sentences means the sentences which don't have any conjunction, and compound sentences as well. The British examiners, they think compound sentences are the poor quality or the inferior quality of sentences, but still we are going to use 10% because we need a variety of sentence construction. Without variety, your writing will not be multidimensional. Remember that. Punctuation, let's talk about that. Try to use semicolon, colon, and hyphen as well. They are also formal punctuation. Remember, these are the formal punctuations. So you should use it in your directed writing other than comma or full stop, because these 2 punctuations are frequently used by you. So you should use this ones as well. Hopefully, I'm going to take a class on punctuation as well, so that you can learn how to use these punctuations. Now, here we are going to talk about the most important and the most glaring difference between incident report and eyewitness account is, incident report writing, it was 100% unbiased. You are not allowed to use any personal comment. I'm sure you can remember my class. Otherwise, you can check this document which I have shared already with you on incident report. You can find out that incident report writing, you were not allowed to use any personal opinion. But on the other hand, or on the contrary, eyewitness account is a biased or subjective or a personal writing. My dear, be very careful about this difference. Otherwise, you will get directly a B or a C. Remember that. Okay, eyewitness account is always biased, always subjective, and always personal. Here you can give your personal opinion, and if you give your personal opinion, you will get positive marking. So here you may use I for any personal comment or opinion, and I will say that yes, you should use I, but don't overuse. Don't overuse, but you can use I, and you also can use your personal opinion or personal comment. Must not use dear sir or yours faithfully. Remember, in incident report writing class also I have talked about it. Remember why? Because the answer is simple. It's not a letter writing. These are the elements of letter writing, not a report or account or statement. Remember that a letter should look like a letter, a report should look like a report, an eyewitness account should look like an eyewitness account. So you need to be very careful about the visual part. Avoid writing unnecessarily long sentences. I told you that why. Next, use transition words. I have already shared the transition word or the linking devices iSheet. So hopefully you are going to take help from that between paragraphs and also sentences. Remember, all of your paragraphs should be connected, and also inside the paragraphs, if you introduce 2 or 3 ideas, all those ideas should be connected with each other by a linking device to build connection or coherence. Remember that this word coherence is very important in your summary writing and also your directed writing, and even in your essays as well. Try to use more active, less passive. My dear students, I'm sure that you found out another difference. Remember, while doing this incident report, I have told you that use more passive, less active. But see here, exactly opposite. Here we are going to use more active and less passive. Why? Answer is very simple. Because if you use more active voice, it will look like a semi-formal. And if you use more passive, it will make it more formal. So here in eyewitness account, is it formal or semi-formal? Of course, it's semi-formal. To make your writing semi-formal, remember that. Use good vocabulary. You need not use low frequency words. I'm going to say, please do not use low frequency words, because you are an ordinary citizen. You are writing this eyewitness account as an ordinary citizen. As an ordinary citizen, you need not use low frequency words, as you are writing this account as a common citizen or a victim. And also your word choice should be relevant and appropriate for the situation. Do not exceed the word limit. Minimum 280 words, maximum 300 words. Yes, for time management. I told you that for directed writing, you will get only 40 minutes in your exam, because you have to write another essay after that, and 50 marks you should allot for your essay writing. So 40 minutes, within 40 minutes, you have to finish your directed writing, and minimum 280 words. I think it will be a good choice, but do not exceed the word limit. So my dear students, this is the theory. Today I have talked about this eyewitness account and also how it is similar and also mostly different than incident report. So be very careful, don't be confused, and also that their formats are also completely different. So I hope that you want to see the format definitely. So at first I have decided that I'm going to show you the format. Okay, everyone, look at this one. At first, let's go for the format. Look at this. At first, we are going to start with 2.
Yes, question, Farina, please.
Sir, if we cross the word limit, will there be negative marking?
Yes, there is a negative marking. I'm telling you why. Listen, the first thing is that you are losing time. If you complete your writing within 280 words or 290 words, definitely you can finish your writing within 35 minutes. See, in your O-level exam, there is a 1 hour 30 minutes. And if you can finish your writing, the directed writing, within 35 to 40 minutes, you can get more time for your essay. Your essay, you have to keep at least 50 minutes. So that's one. And another one, that it's a directed writing, and they have said that their last possible word is 300. And if you're crossing the word limit, it means that you are violating that. So don't do that. And remember, in common thing, that after 310, for every extra 5 words, there is a -1. So why will you take that risk? So that's why make a good plan and finish your writing within 280 to 290. That's perfect. I hope you got the point.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Two means here you are going to write the name of the parties, that is the police. Maybe you are writing the eyewitness account to the police, so here you are going to write directly the police. If you are writing the eyewitness account to a lawyer, so definitely you are going to write the lawyer's name and also the lawyer's firm's name. That's it. Now there will be one line gap, and then we are going to write the subject. An account on. Since it's an account, if the question says a statement, we are going to write a statement on. So here an account on, and then you're going to write a sentence, a brief and to the point sentence. And remember, the subject is a must. Here you have to just write the subject so that you can clarify the purpose. Remember, purpose, which is the most important part. So here your purpose should be reflected through your subject. Remember, after reading the subject, your language teacher should understand that yes, your eyewitness account is based on that. Next, there is a one-line gap, and no dear sir. There should be three paragraphs. Three paragraphs are always better. First paragraph should be descriptive, and where the students will elaborate the first bullet point. Second paragraph, you're going to elaborate the second bullet point, and it should be a descriptive paragraph. And after that, third paragraph, there should be reflective writing or analytical writing, where the students will elaborate in the third bullet point. It's so simple. And reflective paragraph, I have already told you that reflective paragraph means where you're going to give your opinion and you're going to justify your opinion. Then there is a one-line gap. Each time there is a one-line gap so that it look good, it looks nice. Here you're going to write reported by. Yes, I mean it. Here you have to write these two words, reported by, then you're going to write your full name. Underline is not needed. You're going to write your full name, then there's going to be one line gap, then there's going to be signature, the word signature, and then you're going to give your signature. Finally, the word date, and finally you're going to give your date. So it's quite similar to the incident report, but it's different as well. Especially the writing is completely different because your writing is here personal and semi-formal. Remember that. Okay, so I hope you have understood the format. And now let's go back to this practical session. Now here I'm going to demonstrate a sample at first. But before reading the sample, we are going to check the question paper. Let's see the question. This is our task number one. This is our task number one. You were in a store when you saw a person taking items from a shelf and slipping them into a bag. You realized that the person was stealing. Later, you were asked to write an eyewitness account of what happened for the police. So here, audience is police. In your report, write what had taken place based on the questions below. Elaborate further on important details to make a concise report. First bullet point, what did the person look like and what items were taken? So it's a descriptive paragraph. What was your role in the incident? Oh God. And what was the reaction of the others in the shop? It's also a descriptive paragraph. Finally, who else was at fault and how did the person get away with the items? Definitely it should be a reflective one. You must cover all bullet points and start your report with to the police. So this is a very important thing. The last sentence of the question, always remember the last sentence of the question you need to read very carefully. Here you have to start with to the police. So it means that to the police you can start. Remember, directed writing, question is everything. In the question paper, how the way they are going to direct you, you have to just follow their direction. Okay, and also we need to find out the purpose from here. Remember, always from here we are going to find out the purpose of our writing. And remember, this purpose should be reflected in our writing, otherwise we will get a C. Okay, so here let's see. So there is a particular student. This question came in Singaporean O levels a few years back, and a student wrote on this topic. So we are going to check his or her writing. So let's see. Okay, so this is the sample. So today I have decided that I'm going to give you 2 minutes of time to check this sample by yourself. So I'm going to say that start reading the sample silently. Your time starts now. Okay, my dear students, I hope you have read the sample. Now look at the first bullet point. What did the person look like? What did the person look like and what items were taken? This is the first bullet point, and we know it's a descriptive point. Let's see, how did the student write? I was in the Ingwa. Okay, so definitely this is the place where this thing happened. Remember, always in incident eyewitness account writing, mention the name of the place. 4 o'clock on Saturday. Saturday means the day. Okay, that's a very good positive marking, but 4 o'clock, is it 4 a.m. or 4 p.m.? So I think you can write like this, 4 p.m. It'll be better. You can use a numerical character, no problem with that. So here the place, the time, and the day is mentioned. So remember, always in your eyewitness account, the day, date, time, everything should be mentioned inside the paragraphs so that police can understand exactly when and where the incident happened. Clear, everyone? When I saw a middle-aged Chinese man, okay, so look like, so he looks like a Chinese man. So he was a Chinese man behaving furtively. Furtively means strangely. Dear students, I'm going to say that whenever in my directed writing class you are going to get any new word, please write it down in your notebook, and also the meaning. Furtively means strangely. At the dried goods section. See, this is a particular section in that particular super shop. So here the place specifically mentioned. Remember that. So here always remember, be very specific. Remember, if you use this specific information in your writing will be more realistic, and realistic writing means better writing. Okay. He was slim. So I think this is the physical description. Physical description looks like. He was slim with a gaunt face. Gaunt means quite sharp and thin face, gaunt face, and shifty eyes. Very good, nice direction. I will say that the writer is very clever, and the writer is giving proper description of that man. It's so descriptive. Good. The only obvious feature about him was a tattoo of a dragon that he spotted on his left arm. That he spotted. That was spotted. It can be a better word, that was. So it's a grammatical problem. That was spotted on his left arm. He was dressed in simple black t-shirt and dark blue jeans. See, specific, vivid description. We call it vivid description. Curious about his behavior, I followed him as he made his way to the electronic goods section. There, I saw him taking a portable radio from one of the shelves and then putting it quickly into the haversack that he was carrying. He did the same thing with an alarm clock and several blank cassette tapes. See, my dear students, this is the first paragraph, and the writer used all active voice. Maybe one passive, but mostly active. Remember that in eyewitness account, you have to use mostly active voice so that it can look more semi-formal. Okay, my dear students, I hope you understood. Next, the second paragraph. What was your role? What was your role? Okay, in the incident, and what was the reaction of others in the shop? Okay, interesting. He then made his way casually to the exit. I will say that here there should be a linking device to connect the paragraph. Linking device, but the writer did not use linking devices. So far, I did not see any linking devices here. Okay. He then made his way casually to the exit. When the exit was clear of people, he walked quickly towards it. At this time, I quickly alerted the security guard. Okay, so that was your role in the incident, because you quickly alerted. The moment you had any suspicion, you quickly alerted the security guard who was nearby, and he called out to the man to stop. The other shoppers were obviously surprised at the commotion. Commotion means noise. Remember that commotion, it's a formal word, nice word. Commotion means noise. And thronged forward. Thronged means pushed forward. So many people, a crowd pushed forward to see what was happening. In the confusion, the man ran for the exit. The security guard also broke into a run, but could not get past the curious crowd who had gathered at the exit. No one else tried to stop the man. In fact, connective device, all the shoppers merely stood by and watched. Okay, so it was their reaction. So remember, in directed writing, always read the question, especially the 3 bullet points, and also make sure that you are not missing out any bullet point. Remember that. Okay, so this is also a descriptive paragraph we found out, and also mostly active voice, no passive, mostly active voice. Next, the third bullet point, which is the reflective one. Who else was at fault and how did the person get away with the items? Who else was at fault? I kept shouting to the man, but no avail. By the time the security guard could get out through the exit, the man was already nowhere in sight. The man appeared to be working alone in this. Okay, so he did not have any assistant or any associates, as I do not recall seeing him communicate with anyone. When the police came 30 minutes later, they interviewed some of the shoppers who had been detained by the security guard to give eyewitness reports. To give eyewitness reports. So this is it. Okay, so here actually I have showed only the body parts, not the whole format, because I have already showed you the complete format. So you know that here after one line gap you have to write at first reported by. At first you have to write reported by, then your name, then you have to give one line gap, then you will write the word signature, and then give signature, and then finally one line gap, you're going to write the date, and also you're going to write the date. Okay, following the American system. So what do you think about this sample, my dear students? What do you think? Yeah, I will say this particular sample is quite descriptive, and there are many positive sides, some negative sides as well, because I believe that the writer could use more linking devices. So here, let's see the task fulfillment, TF. The student got 13 out of 15, as the format was perfect. And then the language could be better. The writer got 12 out of 15. So total out of 30, he got 25 out of 30, which is an A grade. Okay, but this sample could be an A star graded. Although I will say the writer gave personal opinion, the writer used some good vocabulary, the writer used some descriptive words, but it was not connected properly. I will say coherence is missing. Okay, so I hope, my dear students, you have understood the first sample. So now we are going for the second sample, because I believe that one sample is not enough to understand. And remember, this is only the primary eye sheet. Remember, there is a secondary eye sheet which will be given to you after your first term examination. So this is not the end, this is the beginning of the topic. After your first term examination, we are going to again revise each of the topics, each of the directed writing topics, which are upgraded eye sheets. Okay, so now we are going for the second sample, a statement to the police. Here also the audience is police, but here the question says it's a statement. Okay, let's see the question. You were shopping in a shopping mall. Suddenly, few young men entered into the mall and started vandalism. Okay, vandalism. I am sure that you know about this word. Vandalism means breaking things, disheveling items. Okay, the mall manager immediately called the police. The police caught you. Okay, so you were in the scene, police came and caught you and the young men for the vandalism. Means you were also caught, and also those culprits, they were also caught. You tried your best to convince the police that you were not to blame. Okay, the police asked you to write a statement regarding the incident. My dear students, this is a very, very practical topic, I will say. Maybe in future you may get into this situation. That time maybe you have to write an eyewitness account, so be very careful right now. Okay, so now in your statement there should be 3 bullet points. When and how the vandalism started, descriptive. Description of the young men and their attitude, descriptive. And also your role in the incident, why you should not be blamed, reflective. So these are the 3 bullet points. Let's see the last 2 lines. Cover all 3 points above in detail. You should make your statement clear and helpful for the police. Start your account with to the police and provide a suitable ending. Okay, so to the police we are going to start. So let's see the sample. I'm going to request all of you that please, I'm giving you 2 minutes of time. Please go through this sample silently. Your time starts now. Okay, my dear students, so I think we should start at first as the question says, to the police. So that's why to the police, Los Angeles, California. You may write this or you may not. It's your wish. Next, one line gap, there is a subject, a statement on my innocence. Okay, see here, because you were caught by the police and you are proving your innocence. You tried your best to convince the police. See, from here, the writer collected the purpose. As I told you always, that from here, this small paragraphs before the 3 bullet points, always you should collect the purpose, and that purpose you are going to write in your subject. Remember that. So here, a statement on my innocence in the incident happened in the shopping mall. A perfect subject, very nicely written. Okay, so now we are going for the paragraphs. I expect you to believe my words and release me. Wow, the first sentence says everything. While shopping today, I think the writer should use the date. That what is the date? Maybe it's a Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Okay, so mention the day. On 12th December 2016, very good. All are positive marking. At 12:15 p.m., very good, positive marking. Okay, since the question says when, so here these are the answers of the when. I noticed a group of young men entering Quest Supermall. Okay, so this is the place. Very good, positive marking. They all looked like friends as they were cracking jokes, and their mirth could be hard. Mirth means they were laughing. Could be heard from a distance. This created indiscipline in the mall, which annoyed the shoppers to a great extent. Then the manager appeared to the spot and politely tried to persuade them to stop their activities. When this failed, the security guards were called to force them off the center. At that time, the young men started vandalism. Okay, so here the bullet point has been perfectly described, I will say. Good. Although the writer did not use linking devices, I will say linking devices. This should be used. Next, the paragraph, second paragraph, the second bullet point. See, no linking devices, no linking devices at all. This first paragraph and the second paragraph, it doesn't look connected. There were total 7 men. I can remember the 3 of them were skirmishing with the guards, just skirmishing. Okay, kind of bullying, fighting, arguing, quarreling. One of them had a red colored scarf around his neck and was wearing casual clothes. So description of those boys, probably he was drunk. The other had a big mustache and was slightly dark. The last one I can remember was fair and good looking. He seemed to be from a good family, but his actions proved me wrong. I did not notice the others very closely, but they all had a livid expression on their faces, livid, angry expression on their faces, and their approach seemed destructive. So here the second bullet point also done without any connective devices. Now, finally, we are going for the third bullet point, your role in the incident, the reflective one. I was short of ideas at that time and did not know how to react at those activities. I saw everyone leaving this shopping precinct. Okay, precinct means shopping zone or area. Remember, precinct is a nice word. I also decided to leave the mall, but the thought of trapped people inside the affected mall stopped me. I stepped forward to rescue them. In the meantime, the police arrived and accused me to be a part of vandalism. Okay, so nicely you are trying to prove yourself as innocence. Okay, good, I will say, not bad. And all active sentences. This student used mostly active voice, very less, maybe 2 or 3 passive voice. Okay, so see, this is how your eyewitness account should be, more active voice, less passive voice. I hope this above facts would help you to realize the actual situation and to release me from the accusation. Okay, so I think it's a nice writing, but this writing could be better. I will say that connective devices are missing. Stylish linking devices, basically, the writer could use, and then it could be even more nice. Okay, so here let's see, one line gap. There is a reported by Dan Brown, and then the signature like this, and also date. 12th December 2016. Okay, the day when this thing happened, he was writing on the same day. Remember, this day or these dates should match always. And then 283 words. So I think this is a sound writing, although there are some drawbacks, but still it's a kind of a semi-formal writing, how it should be. So here the writer, task fulfillment, the writer got 13 out of 15. The format is proper. Language, the writer got 13 out of 15, although he could get even better. So total 26 out of 30, which is also an A. Okay, so my dear students, I hope you have understood. Already we have checked 2 samples and you have understood the drawbacks and also the strength of these 2 writings. This is the first writing, as I have told you, that got 25 out of 30. This writing is also good, the good vocabulary, active voice, but still it was not connected, and that's why the student failed to get an A star. And also in the second sample, the student wrote well, but still he did not get an A star because of the lack of linking devices. So my dear students, during writing, be very careful about it, because I always told you that before this class as well, that sometimes some good writers also make some silly mistakes. So be very careful, try to use linking devices to connect your ideas. If your ideas are not connected, it means that it's not a good writing. Okay, so let's have a quick recap. So this is our theory part which we have discussed. I hope you have understood, because your next class, I'm going to take a test on eyewitness account. So you need to revise these iSheets today. Right now, I'm going to share this document with you, and I hope that you are going to preserve this thing in your folder, language folder, and before the test, you are going to revise this iSheet. So if you have any question, you can ask me.
Okay, everyone, time to talk. Did you understand today's discussion? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
remember that it's a new topic. That's why take it seriously. Next class, take the test. Don't miss the test, and definitely let me check your writing, and hopefully in this way your writing will be better. See here, there are a lot of people who think that English language doesn't have any curriculum. English language doesn't have any syllabus. But remember, it has a plenty of things to be learned, and each of the topics are totally different from each other. So far, I think that already you have figured it out. It's not an easy task. It's a subject. It's an organized subject. Okay, so here I'm giving you the stage 1 iSheet at this moment. Make sure that you are saving it in your computer, because I'm going to delete this. Okay, so here it goes. Okay, good. I think it has been uploaded. Did you get the handout, everyone? Did
Yes,
you?
sir.
Good. Okay, good. So this handout you will revise before the test. Okay, so do you have any question regarding eyewitness account? Although I try to cover everything, do you have any question? No question. So we can end our class here. Thank you so much for attending my class today. I will see you in the next day on a test. Bye, everyone. Take care.
Thank you, sir. Bye, sir.
Thank you, sir. Bye.